I'll say this. There's no way in heck that Aaron is not going to be on the Packers. I mean, he is going to be the MVP of the league. Might have had his best year ever. He's our unquestioned leader. And, we're not idiots.
We're not idiots is a great slogan for really any sports team or other organization. Now, that was Mark Murphy, January 25, in the aftermath of Aaron Rodgers making that gratuitous right-hand turn at the post-game press conference after the Packers lost to the Buccaneers in the NFC Championship, basically saying that his future is in doubt as well as plenty of others, and made people wonder what he was getting at. Well, the one thing that I believe that Aaron Rodgers wants is security, that he's not on a year-to-year arrangement with the Packers. And the easiest way to give him that security is restructure his contract in a way that would create a prohibitive cap hit next year for trading him, and that would tie player and team together for 2 more years. So Murphy met with reporters yesterday and was asked about Aaron Rodgers' contract, Chris, and he had nothing to say. I can't get into specific players. We've been able to create cap room with others. They tried 3 times to get Murphy to talk about Rodgers. He refused. Probably a smart move, because anything you say can and will be used against you by Aaron Rodgers.
So, but what do you take away from that? I mean, I know you have your own personal thoughts. I'd like to know them, Conspiracy Mike or Reality Mike. I don't know where you're at yet with this, but
this is reality. This is reality. The Packers have, under the contract that they entered into with Aaron Rodgers, they have now the luxury of taking it a year at a time. They've got a guy, they used a first-round pick and actually used a fourth-round pick to bump up a few spots to get in Jordan Love. They aren't just going to flush him down the commode because Aaron Rodgers was the MVP in 2020. They're sticking with Rodgers in 2021 because he was great in 2020.
Yeah.
And if he's great in 2021, they'll stick with him in 2022. If he's not great in 21, if this is the year that the slide begins and they decide after the season it's time to go with Jordan Love, they've got the flexibility to do it because the cap charge for trading Rodgers before June 1 of 2022 is manageable. If they would have done the maximum restructuring to get the maximum cap space so they could go out and maybe, sign some players that would help them win a Super Bowl this year, it would have resulted in the Aaron Rodgers cap charge for trading him next year being so great they couldn't have done it. It would have been like $34, $35 million. I mean, they could have done it, but it would have really hurt. Would have been harder to do it, and it would have made it more likely Aaron Rodgers is still on the team in 2022. That, to me, is why they didn't do a restructuring with Rodgers. They want to have the flexibility to continue to treat him as a year-to-year employee, and this is where I think Mark Murphy is kind of a genius.
Yeah.
He knows that that'll piss off Aaron Rodgers and make it more likely he plays so well in 21 that they'll want him in 22.
Well, yeah, but the problem with that too, and as far as 2021 is, you are rolling the dice on, of course, pissing off Aaron Rodgers. Sorry, Liverpool, but yeah, I mean, you are, and the fact of to the point where again, if the year goes down the way it goes down, and we still get into, man, there's just not enough weapons around Aaron Rodgers and things like that, and he has a good year, who's to say he doesn't call their bluff and say, okay, I've had enough, it's over? Or who's to say...
He won't. He won't. They're banking on the fact that he won't, Chris, because he does not want to be the villain.
I know.
He does not want to be the bad guy, and that's where they're using his nature against him.
Right.
He never wants to be the guy who comes out and says, I want to go. He's pandered to the Packers fans for years, and I don't mean pander in a pejorative way. He doesn't want to get the Brett Favre treatment if he does leave. He wants it to be the team's fault, not his fault.
Yeah, well, I think no matter what, he's going to be able to some degree, it'll look like the team's fault. That's where I just get into it. And you're right. I mean, maybe he won't do it, because of that. I don't know. I would also go like, man, people already have their own thoughts about you, Aaron Rodgers. If you look on social media, there's a lot out there that don't love you and think you got all these issues and everything like that anyways. So, screw those people or that you're worried about pandering to or anything like that. That's what I would say to that. But, the other side of this, Mike, too, is, I mean, if he has here's the other thing that you risk a little bit. He has another year like he did this year, 48-5, and is the NFL MVP. And in that conversation again, he can ask for a new contract altogether. I mean, we know that right now he'd be every bit within his right to ask for more money and do that. So I think that
He may
issue.
be.
Right.
I mean, he made it clear he was going to have the conversation. I was told he wants the contract because he wants the security. The restructuring would have given him the security without the Packers having to give him any more money. But even without the restructuring, the guy's making $33.5 million on his contract, same as Jared Goff.
Yeah.
End of statement. I'd love to argue that case. All I'd have to do, Your Honor, may it please the court, Aaron Rodgers, $33.5 million. Jared Goff, $33.5 million. See you later. That's it. That's all you got to say.
It is. It is all you got to say. If you named off a few other people too that are ahead of him on that list too, you know, you'd want to laugh to a degree. Carson Wentz is right there with them. All of that. There's some people that don't belong in that conversation. Again, we know Aaron Rodgers is going to be the quarterback for the 2021 season, but I am very intrigued and interested to see where this goes after this year, because there's a lot of things that say trouble is on the horizon, or that there is going to be a clash of heads here between Rodgers and the organization at some point, and where they see the future going.
Let's take a break. When we return,
you look stupid, too, if Jordan Love is sitting there for 4 years in a row. I mean,
Yes.
At some point, that looks stupid, too.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.